What's up, Rangers? Coach here, and I've got a tip for you that might help you this weekend. We got a big game coming up on Sunday, and I bet a lot of you want to score some goals, right? So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to use angles to take better shots in the net. Don't you go anywhere, goalies. I got some advice for you too. You see, because those same angles will help our goalies protect more of the net without having to move around too much. I mean, after all, you get all that equipment on, everything's so heavy, you don't want to move any more than you have to, right? Let me show you what I mean. So in this first example, the goalie's basically standing on his own goal line. He's gonna move to the one side to try and cover half the net, as the shooter has no problem picking the far side, right? With the goalie this far back, look at the angle that puck has. That red zone there is the area from post to post that puck could go in. And look at the goalie. There's so much of it open on the left side. This goalie's gonna have a really hard time covering that side of the net. As a shooter, we want to recognize this and shoot for the open side before we get too close to the goalie. After all, if we get too close, the goalie might change their mind and come out and attack us. Here's the view from the shooter's perspective. That goalie is way over to the far left side, and as highlighted right here, there's so much open net on the right. So the shooter's obviously going to go over to that side. So shooters, remember, if the goalie's far back in the crease, you want to take a shot early. And goalies, you want to remember to come off the goal line and move forward a little bit to cut down that angle. Still not sure what I mean? Check this out. Now in this one, look how far out the goalie is. Way out past the crease, which you may want to do sometimes, but as the shooter gets closer, you're going to want to back up into the crease a little bit. But we're exaggerating here to prove a point. With the goalie this far out, that shooter pulls up, and look at that angle now. That red zone is completely blocked by that goaltender from post to post, and the goalie doesn't even have to move. Now again, if you're this far out, that means the shooter can skate down the side for a deke instead. So we want to be careful not to come out too far. But as you can see, the goalie does not have to shift from left to right too much at all, and you've basically got the whole net covered. That way when the shooter finally does decide to shoot, all they're really doing is hitting a pad or two, you know? Here's the view again from the shooter's perspective. Look at that goaltender covering the net. You can tell by the red zone there's far less open. And what is open is easy to stop because the goalie's right in the middle and doesn't have to shift too far left or too far right. You see? So this is what we mean by cutting down the angles if you're a goaltender. If they're taking a shot from far back, you want to move out and try and cut down that angle. And if they creep in close to you, you want to back up so they can't deke you. And for the shooters out there, if the goalie's really far out, you want to try and go around left or right to try and deke around to the open side. But if you see that goalie basically standing at the crossbar, right on the goal line, fire away. Pick a spot that they don't have covered, and there's a good chance they won't be able to get there in time. I hope that helps. Try it out next practice and be ready to use it next game. Sound good? See you at the rink.